Dragon Ball FighterZ. Oh man, this is one hell of a fighter game. I will say this right now. I've been working on this review for a while. I've been meaning to upload it, but I just been procrastinating on working on it. But you know what? I waited long enough. I got all the footage I need. I'm gonna upload it today, and I'm gonna give you guys my experience with Dragon Ball FighterZ. But the real question is, does it still hold up in 2022? Let's find out. So, Dragon Ball FighterZ. What can I say about Dragon Ball FighterZ that it hasn't been said already? Well, for starters, let me just give you a breakdown of what Dragon Ball FighterZ is supposed to be. So, Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's a fast-paced 3v3 version of Mortal Kombat where you can choose up to not one, not two, but you can choose up to three fighters per team. And you can go up against other people around the world and go up against their team of three fighters and see which team comes out on top. And each fighter has a unique playstyle, and each team has a distinct role where the first two fighters are like the main role, and then if your last fighter's standing, you have the anchor character. Now, of course, if you have an anchor character, which is your last fighter standing, they do an increased amount of damage, giving you a bit of a comeback advantage. And a lot of people make so many outstanding comebacks. And Lord knows, I had some of my comebacks as well in this game. But there's just one major criticism that I have with this game. I don't know what it is with Dragon Ball games, whether it's Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dragon Ball FighterZ, whatever. I don't know what it is, but for some ungodly reason, Dragon Ball FighterZ always seems to get the short end of the stick when it comes to online play. Because half of the time, you will be lagging like crazy. Like, what the actual hell is this nonsense? And some people are saying, oh, it's our internet connection, it's fine. Or, oh, it's just the servers, it's fine. I, honestly, it's not really for a game at this high caliber. Even though it's a fantastic game, I don't see why the Dragon Ball is having technical issues with online play. It seems like Dragon Ball games always get the short end of the stick when it comes to online play.
It's all or nothing. Let's go.
And what makes this worse is the fact that this will happen half of the time you play Dragon Ball FighterZ online. And it is a pain to deal with. Like, why? I don't want to re-log back into the game online every single time I play a game of Dragon Ball FighterZ and then getting kicked out to be forced to re-log back into the lobby I was in. And I have pretty damn solid internet connection 99% of the time. But I will say this, besides the fact that servers in this game are trash, at least the solid gameplay holds up. And if there's a fighter that you really like to play as, and you want to learn more of their combos, there's a training section of the game where you can practice with their combos and see how each fighter is supposed to be played as. And honestly, half of the time when I do these training sections, there's a lot of things I didn't even know about these fighters, and I'm still going in the training area just because it's fun as hell, and I honestly enjoy that than playing online matches of Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Max the power! Show you what I can really do!
Damn you!
Now, this is my favorite part of the game, where if you get a KO on your opponent by performing certain moves, you'll get like a destructive finish if you use like a super move on your opponent, or if you're on a certain map using certain fighters, you get these cutscenes called dramatic finishes, where if you land the killing blow, you get the dramatic finish on that certain map. Now, the one thing I don't understand about dramatic finishes is it's built in for certain characters on certain maps. I don't see why it's not made for all maps. Just execute them with certain fighters. I don't know why this is a thing, but I guess Bandai Namco has their reasons, I guess. But I mean, they're still satisfying as hell to pull off. Even if you just get a standard destructive finish, it still feels like you put the fear of God into your opponent. I think that's satisfying.
It's not over yet! Now this! Now this! Over here!
What? I'm not done yet! Kiss your ass goodbye!
Guess that's the best I can do right now.
Goku! Win! I'm just getting started! Over here!
You here shall be destroyed!
Now, I do want to address one more thing before I get to the final score. If you play Dragon Ball FighterZ on the Nintendo Switch, you can play up to 6 people on the Nintendo Switch. And each player can have their own controller. So, if you have a group of friends that love to play fighter games and you want to play on the same console, I would play on the Nintendo Switch. Personally, from my experience, I had a much better experience on Nintendo Switch than I did playing on PlayStation. And that is very, very rare. Because even though Nintendo Switch sucks with their online services, at least when it comes to local play, at least Nintendo exceeds at letting people play their games. And that's why I enjoy it much more on Nintendo Switch than I do PlayStation. If I want to play a Dragon Ball FighterZ game online, I'll play maybe on PlayStation, or maybe Nintendo Switch if I'm really bored. But honestly, I think it would be better if you played this game on PC or on the bigger consoles like PlayStation and Xbox. And I would say Nintendo Switch if you have no other console to play it on. But other than that, the solid gameplay that each fighter has their own unique moveset, and if you're struggling with understanding a fighter, there's a training mode for you to try out to see how the fighters work, and you can practice your deadly combos if you really want to go for that touch of death KO. So, the final score for Dragon Ball FighterZ would have been a 7 out of 10, but honestly, playing this game for a while, I had to bump up my score to a solid 9 out of 10, and it easily earned my title of great games. Now, I will be honest, the game does have its issues when it comes to online play half the time, but I honestly played this game in single player mode, or I sometimes play this game with my friends or my cousin whenever I take my Switch to my cousin's house, or when I go to a friend's house, I take my Switch to them and we can all play Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think this game is much better if you play it on the Nintendo Switch, so everybody can play on the same console. But make sure you have enough controllers though. Even on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, the game still runs smooth as butter. And that is very rare nowadays, where we get broken games that run at less than 20 frames a second. But now, with Dragon Ball FighterZ still exceeding in 2022, this game is definitely worth a buy. And here's the best part. This game goes on sale a lot. So, if you want to get this game, I would recommend you wait on a sale because it goes on sale so often. And I would recommend that you guys take that chance. So, with this being said, thank you all for listening. I'm sorry my review took so long. I just been procrastinating on it. I don't know why I've been procrastinating on it for so long, but I finally got it done. Sorry for the long delay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, you guys, I will see you all later.